your favorite YouTuber, Mr. Beast, is in turmoil.
For what? The blindness?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that.
So,
I'll tell you.
Mr. Beast
Do you mind if I indulge?
Will this be a cliffhanger for next episode on Dragon Ball Z?
It won't. Because I need to get into this. You mind if I get into this?
What time is it? You got 2 minutes.
Okay. So essentially Mr. Beast made this video of he helped 1,000 blind individuals recover their sight by a special kind of surgery. What? Right? Came out 4 days ago, and it has 75 million views as of this recording now.
So
as of this morning.
Okay, so I mean, 4 days ago means
I was
like
this morning.
Right.
So as of this morning, 75 million views.
So about like January 28th.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's like, and everybody's like, some people are like, so there's two lines of thinking. Oh, this is a good thing because he's using his money for good. Mm-hmm. The O line is he's using people as a prop to gain fame, to gain more money and whatever that means and monetary gain, whatever his company, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And I don't think those are the questions that should be asked, which a lot of people will agree with me this on. That I've seen this take in the internet. The zeitgeist. The take that should be talked about is, why does it take a YouTuber to do that?
That's a phenomenal question.
To help the world in that way?
Yes. So, it should not take a YouTuber to do that, because like the question that should be asked is a predecessor to the video itself. Keep going.
So
he cured 1,000 people's blind.
1,000 people
blindness.
were blind, and now they can see.
Yeah,
because
like surgeries and stuff.
Yeah, he paid for the surgeries.
The surgery
That's
exists.
an awesome thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The surgery exists.
People that was never able to see, and now they can see.
Right.
Well, but here's the thing, and I get where that's coming from, because then there's a stigma going around right now of, are people only doing good things because they're recording it? Would they do that off camera?
But does it matter if they're doing it?
I think.
But that's just the question.
And I get that.
I think it truly depends on the morality,
right,
or the moral compass of the individual,
right.
Me personally, I get irked by people who do things just for notoriety, because at the end of the day, he'll go. Mr. Beast is the type of individual who will go, but I'm doing this for good and whatever, blah blah blah. He does things because he wants to make the most popular videos. He says that. Whatever is part of it.
To make the best video he can.
Yes, to make the best video.
Right.
To make the best pretty video, what is he doing? Using people as a prop. But for that, that's what he's doing. For him, it's not a bad thing. For other people, they would say it is. Right? So, but at the end of the day, he is doing it though because he wants to make the most popular video. Period.
Right.
But I don't think that's up for discussion, I think.
To me, it is, because again, my view's not, they're not props. A prop would be like saying, like for example, I would be like, if it was against their will and he was like, I'm going to fix your blindness without you like allowing me to do it, then okay, you're a prop. But if you're like, hey, I'm inviting you in to cure something that has caused you problems, you can't work, you can't drive a car, you've been stuck in your house, like, and all I'm gonna do is record it to inspire other people, like, I don't see what's wrong with that. Like, hang on, like the problem I have is like, that I can see problems with it when someone says, hey, I have $1,000, where's a hobo at? Or where's a homeless guy?
Right.
The God's plan.
And, and then wait, are you recording?
Yeah. Like, and so that to me, that's where I get kind of weird with, like, when it comes like to that kind of thing of like, okay, that's kind of odd of like, because again, that homeless guy didn't want to be on camera today. Like you know what I mean? Like that's kind of weird. But again, I always go back to, I get it. Well, would you do it if the camera was on? Well, you did it. That guy got $1,000.
Sure.
Well,
he got money. He got food to eat. Like,
okay, I got something for that then.
Yeah.
So let's think about it this way then. If the camera's on and like Mr. Beast did something like this, right? Mm-hmm. Is there a message he conveys himself after doing it, or is it just like you just see the sentimental people being happy about this and that's it? Like, did he have a message of this is what we should be doing for people?
So like you're saying, like when the video's over, does he continue on, or is he going to continue on to the next video?
Yeah, and like, does he give a message?
A thought process about like
what we should do,
continuing forward past
yes.
that.
Right. Well, so
that's interesting. Because
in the video it ends with him saying we didn't stop in America. Like, we went to other countries and did it in other countries. And so, because again, to me, I get it. humans, again, we're dumb. So I guess you do have to do that. But like, to me, that inspires me to like pick up that rod and do what I can do to help people. If you need someone, if Mr. Beast curing 1,000 people of blindness is not enough for you to be like, you know what, I should be a better person in the world, then that's on you. Like that's like.
But I don't think,
isn't that the same reason that trailers are so big?
What did you say?
Because trailers are so long.
But I don't think that it has much to do, and I could be wrong, but I don't think it has much to do with the consumer and how they're intaking like the message of Mr. Beast, more than the fact that Mr. Beast has ambition, and what will he do to acknowledge said ambition? And the ambition, according to him, in many interviews, once again, as I mentioned earlier, is to make the most popular video.
Right, and then give all his money away. So again, because I did have pushback, because you said he makes the best videos to make money, right? To put back into his video to give back to people. Like, so it's a funnel. Like, it's not like, again, I think we discussed it before. I'd have an issue if he was doing this and then living in a huge mansion. Like if he had 10 cars, 10 Bugattis, living in a private fence acre, but he has a studio where he makes his videos, and his house is in his studio.
I could play devil's advocate so
Go
bad.
ahead, please
Do it, but real quick. I want you to also do this, but real quick. I think that for some people, though, we're thinking about this kind of glory and only monetary gains, and if you are an individual,
Right.
the people that last longer throughout time, it's not money that allows him to do that. So he might be wanting to gain something that is not necessarily financial, but it could be, and it could be come out of the fame or glory, quote unquote, that inherently comes with these things as well. He can give away money.
Right.
He's still in position to do this.
Right.
He give away money, funnel it through, cycle it through, as you just mentioned.
Right.
But also, that could not just be his motivation.
Right. But also, again, I guess my issue is because you have Jeff Bezos, you have Elon Musk, who don't do shit for people.
Right.
They get like, and you have this guy who is because again, if he didn't do it and just said it, like for example, does make a video and just says, "Hey, I cured 1,000 people of blindness." People are like, don't believe it, didn't believe it.
Sure, but
he records it.
Okay.
Oh, he's trying to do it for clout. He's trying to do it for that. Like, you can't win.
Well, what you're doing now is saying there's always going to be a hater, which is true.
Which is true. So I'm like,
which is true,
Right.
but there's also levels to hate, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Right.
So they're all gonna have a hater, but
Right.
like, what is that? What like obviously some hate is more justified than others.
Right.
We all agree on that, right? But Mr. B said his own mouth, money does not motivate him. Period. And like, I take him at face value. He has never said anything wrong.
Right.
For me to counteract that. Right.
Right,
Like,
right,
he says when he says that, I'm gonna believe him.
Right.
I think notoriety does drive him. If his goal is to have the most views, his goal is not to have the most views without him in videos. His goal is to have the most views with him in the videos. So notoriety inherently comes along with that. I don't know what you have to say real quick. He's
a devil's advocate about him not having.
Yeah. So the only thing I can think about, which sounds very like, oh, of course, it kind of went there. He does give away a lot of stuff, gives away a lot of money, does all this stuff for people, right? I remember seeing a post that someone said they don't understand why he does the things he does because it kind of screws over people, which seeing how they talked about it, I understand why people are just like, that's not true. I get it. But they're just like, yeah, Mr. Beast will do this thing where it's just like, hey, I'm giving this person a private jet. And it's just like, what's someone going to do with a private jet? I don't know, sell it? Cool. I've heard of things like this before. That's a good tax write-off. Because for him to keep that money, he would get hit hard.
But again, okay, you're making $100 million.
I have another thought after this, by the way.
Hang on, because I forgot who I was talking with the other day about this. But it was like, okay, you make $100 million. You get taxed, not half of it, but you get taxed 40% of it. You still have $40 million. Like,
see, here's like, I have another thought. Because, okay, I'll give an example. Okay. Well, before I get to him specifically. So, when sports teams lose games, championship games, right? You already know they have the shirts, the jerseys, like boom, ready to go. And the thought is, well, what happens to the losers' shirts? What happens to that, right? Obviously, we know what happens to them. They send them to underdeveloped, right. Sometimes third world, depending on what kind of language you want to use, third world, underdeveloped countries. They send it there, right? The gesture is good. The result's not. Because you sending jerseys or you sending these shirts to these countries is not allowing them to have any kind of infrastructure themselves to be able to be self-sufficient.
Correct.
That is that. Mr. Beast has tons of money and he helped 1,000 people. Good. If you have, in my opinion, if you have tons of money and you have resources, all these podcasts, has all this, doesn't have the money, but he has the clout to be able to talk to all these different people, he should be using the money in a much more fundamental way that is not just, because to me, here's $1,000, fix your surgery, surface level. That's surface level. When I mentioned earlier of there are issues that could be helped and fixed with people of his like clout and people of his status that can be fixed before you even get to that level.
Right.
That's what I guess I'm just trying to say.
Right. So okay. So I'm sure all the points. So you said someone if his clout and his caliber, basically, I'm gonna paraphrase, but his clout should be doing more like things, not surface level, like giving $1,000 to right.
There's more efficient ways to do these things.
So, for example, would planting 20 million trees help?
Say it again.
Would planting 20 million trees help?
In terms of what?
Like the overall life of Earth, like of the world. Like
depends on what your goals and ambitions are.
But see, hang on.
No, but it does though. Like Mr. Like if Mr. Beast gave all this money to Greta Thunberg, right? And or had a conversation with her,
right? And
Greta Thunberg said, planting 20 million trees, whatever, will be perfect because of reasons A, B, C, 1, 2, 3.
Right.
This is why we need that. Or if she says that don't do that, put it over here because X per se, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3.
Right.
What did he do?
Okay.
He talked to the one of the women who was on like the front lines of this kind of social aspect.
Got it. Okay. So
there you go.
So for that one, we'll say that one, even though I believe that's still good for the earth, but fine. He invested and put his money towards clean the oceans.
Okay.
Is that bad? If his motivations are blurry,
I stood up. I don't know this.
Right. I do, but
he put money to cleaning the oceans,
but video.
For me to know this,
right?
I'd have to know how he went about it,
right?
And I don't know how he went about it,
right?
Because at the end of the day, no matter what, the most effective way to do things will not get you views. I promise you,
right?
The most effective ways, the people. There's a reason why. There's a reason why certain experts at certain things aren't as known as other individuals talking about them, because these individuals and these going away, the more effective ways to go about these like socially economic or socially political things won't get you the views,
right?
So I'd have to see it,
right?
Well, obviously I don't know about the way he did the ocean. I don't know who he talked to, whatever it is,
right?
But for what I've seen, there are better ways to go about this that aren't just that will help like generationally. They'll help generationally,
right?
Not just in the moment.
I just really hate not you. I just hate when people. No,
I just hate it that way. I promise.
No, it just hurts my heart that like a guy who literally is trying to do good with his money, like he even tweeted about it the other day. He was like it's crazy. People cry about people with money to do something good. I do that, and then I'm a bad guy. Like it's just crazy. Like it's just crazy to me. Like
no, I get it though.
Because to me, it gives like no hope to like okay, then why do anything good? Like if you think my bias or my exposition of why I'm doing it is blurry, then why should I do it? Because and that brings back to my point. Just do it. Like who cares what people think? If you think it will help, then do it. Like at the end of the day,
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I see where you're coming from. I personally don't agree.
Right.
Because if you live like he does, but you have the accessibilities of somebody who has millions in the bank, then you have the resources to be able to do things at a much deeper level. Period.
Right. Okay.
And if you are doing that, then I don't think if you're not doing that, then personally I don't think you're doing enough.
But also, when did he say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna be Captain Planet this year"? Like I'm taking on that role.
But if you It's not that he said, "Hey, on behalf of the planet." It is you put your skin in the game in a certain way. If it's about the trees, you put your skin in the game towards the economic, or towards environmental sciences.
Right.
So why not use it in the most official way towards environmental sciences?
But what if you think that? Hang on. Again, we're dumb. People are stupid. What if he tried? That was just the way he went about. Like he thought it was the best way to go about it.
That's not. Then he should be talking to somebody who's much more engaged with him.
But I'm saying, at least give him credit for he's trying.
Well, this is the thing that you guys are like going around the central thing about it, because both of you are exactly right. But it's a conditioning thing. We as Americans, as people, have been conditioned to know that people with a lot of money, when they hit the millionaire status, don't really care for people as much as they seem. And that's just a conditioning that we have, regardless. Right. It is a bias. Right. And we can't get out of that because we've seen it happen too many times.
Right.
Then, on the flip side, being Christians also, we are also taught that, hey, when you do something good, do not flaunt it. Do it in the shadows. Just make sure it's good. Keep helping the world. Technology nowadays, hard to do.
Right.
Someone's always recording. Someone's always watching. The problem that stems from this now is that even if someone has good intentions in their heart in doing it, we don't believe it's actually good. Like you said, we're stupid. People are stupid. Because if that was the case, Jesus would not have gotten killed.
See, but I think but me is for me.
Right.
I never said his intentions wasn't not to be good. I think his intentions were good.
Right.
But
when did that change for you?
Say it again?
When did that change? When did that mindset change?
What do you mean?
When at one point did you think that he was doing it for good, but then it started changing?
It hadn't changed. It's not that the fact because my argument, I don't want to use the word argument, but my discussion point isn't the fact that he's not doing it for good. I think it's a fact that he could be more effective.
Okay.
Right? It's like if you worked if I went to the Kansas City Public School District, which is not great, right? In a general sense, right? In nationwide, statistics wise, whatever, it's not great. But I went there and I was like, actually, here's a better example. If I went to a neighborhood in the inner city and I was like, I'm going to give, I have issues with this also. I'm going to do a turkey drive on Thanksgiving. And I give away turkeys. Eventually that turkey's gone.
Yep.
What else can you do? Eventually those leftovers are gone. So there are much more effective ways to help this neighborhood. The intention is good. Right. The intention is never in doubt. Right. And so it is the effectiveness of said intention.
I got it.
That's my I've always been.
I get that. Yeah. I get that. So my thing is this: what if he's doing that behind the scenes? So what if he's doing his videos like he is to get views, to get the views? Right. We don't know. We're not counting your pockets, Jimmy. That's the thing. We're not counting your pockets, Mr. Beast. But what if he? Because we don't know that.
Absolutely.
To your point. So, but what if he was like? Would that make you feel better about him? If someone leaked it and was like, "Hey, Mr. Beast is actually working on infrastructure and
1,000%.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. See.
Look, 1,000%.
I get it.
Look, 1,000%.
Conversation.
Yeah. Look, 1,000%.
Yeah.
If it came out and said he is doing these things because
behind the scenes,
because the thing is, for him to do this, he has to be in communication and talks with the right people.
Right.
Period. Point blank. Period. But just from my perspective and what I've seen,
got it.
For a person whose main motivation is views,
got it.
I'm like,
you're not amused.
I'm almost an individual who doesn't care. I care.
You're not entertained.
I feel like and this is real.
Yeah.
I feel like as Black Americans, we have been subjugated to surface level handouts.
Right.
And not in-depth infrastructure change.
Right.
And so when I see that same thought process kind of distributed amongst other things, it doesn't matter if it's the environment, it doesn't matter if it's whatever, right? It doesn't matter if it's cardiacs and blindness. Right. I'm like, okay, your kindness of heart is cool.
Right.
But what could you really do?
Right.
And if you have finances, you can have resources, you can do a lot more than a turkey drive. You can do a lot more than these little basic things that make you feel good. Because at the end of the day, I don't care about what makes you feel good on the inside and what your intentions are. I care about effectiveness.
Right.
And as I think as like a once again, I think it's like a Black American. That's like a very like
I get that.
That's a very like that's a thought process that I think many people should have.
And that's the cool thing too, because seeing how the world is, one of the saddest things that I've seen as a society is just the idea that even if there was that, I'll call it like the golden experience of this is the thing that I would want this person to do. Someone's always going to be there behind you that goes, they should have done this instead. And we'll never agree. Even if it's because like debates they have in politics, we should fix infrastructure. Okay, what we should do? Fix the streets. What about the water lines? Okay, well, we'll do the water lines. What about the gas prices? We're outsourcing. It's just like,
but then I think but the issue with that line of thinking is, you have those people who are like, Black Lives Matter, but what about white lives? Right. But it's like, okay, but during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you're not like, what about colon
but there's
cancer?
always going to be something like that.
There's always going to be somebody saying that.
Right.
But I think that but at the end of the day, I think that's when it comes to just like less about intention and talking to just the experts.
Right.
And the expert at the time being like, hey man, so we've seen thousands of statistics saying that this is not a great way to go about this using these kind of different examples. So I think it's the best way to go about this one. So then if somebody goes, we don't like the way you did that. But all Mr. Beast has to do is go, the expert told me to do that.
But then
this isn't on me anymore.
But there's gonna be other experts that say don't do it.
But then that's not on him anymore. That is a conversation about for expertise.
Right.
And that in the only thing that comes from conversation with expertise is going to be beneficial in the day.
Right. But this is where again I hope to get at a certain point in my content creator career is that I won't care. Like as long as I know in my heart that I'm doing, and I'm talking to the experts, I'm talking to the right people that are saying the right, put your money here or do this with this. And I know even though I might be doing views for, my focus is on getting views, but at the end of the day, I'm still trying to help. And I'm talking to the right people in the right places.
Right.
As long as I know I'm doing that, I could care less what people think about, like who don't know about what, because again, you don't know me from Adam, but as long as my friends know, hey, I'm this one trying to do, like that's all that really matters to me. So now I don't know if I don't know if Mr. Beast is there. Obviously he tweeted that, so obviously he feels some type of way. So
that's crazy thing because he never feels some type of way.
Right.
You never see him.
The pressure's probably getting to him.
You never see him bothered. Right. But this is me. This is just me.
Yeah.
If you have that much aura about you, you have that kind of standard, the status that he has developed over time, then you're gonna get bothered.
Yeah,
like you're gonna get bothered. It's gonna hit you, but is it hitting you for the right ways? Right. And that's what I care about. Is it hitting for the right ways? And how do you take it? And how do you adjust? And it could be right thing or wrong. But I'm curious about what the pivot move is, if there even is one, right? Or what's the thought process? I'm always curious about that.
All right, so Jimmy, I'm talking to you right now, Mr. Beast. You heard this man go on for about 30 minutes about what you should do.
30 minutes?
Okay.
I'm just saying talk to the people who know.
No.
That's fine.
Can I get one more example? One more example.
I'm talking to Mr. Beast.
My bad, Jimmy.
Show the receipts. That's all you need to do. Just show the receipts, right? Show the receipts of him talking to the right people in the right places.
Boom.
Show the receipts, and you will remove, a lot of backlash.
Absolutely, from the people that matter.
Right.
Because they're always gonna have backlash,
Correct.
right?
Right.
But who cares about an egg emoji?
Right.
You don't care about egg adv on Twitter.
Right.
But like the people actually
just I'm gonna tag you in this on the post on the clip. So just share the receipts. I hope you see this.
And he might not see it for like a year or two, but still, it'll be on there.
And then, but my last example, if I may,
you may.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
2 minutes, but it's been a little bit.
It's been like 40.
It's
But
this is like a 3-hour episode. Just like,
but like this is bonus content.
But like, when Trump was like, I'm doing things for like black people,
right?
But he brought Kanye West in,
yeah,
and didn't bring in like an expert,
right.
He's brought in Kanye West for what? The views, for the clout that came along with talking to Kanye West. Steve Harvey he brought in, he brought in Jim Brown, he brought these people. But it's like, are you really doing anything are you trying to do anything for black people? If you did that, the answer in that scenario, the answer is obviously no, right? But I'm not saying he's doing the same thing by any means. I don't want to compare the two, right? It's just an analogy,
right?
But there's a difference between substance and the difference between clout that comes with substance.
Right.
And as long as those things are, people are going to argue this way or that way, but as long as it's acknowledged and the options are weighed, that's what matters most.
Right. Because you said right there, and it's I think his one crutch, because again, I do like Mr. Beast, but I think his crutch that hinders him is the idea of trying to make the best video, right? Like the most vulnerable I've seen Mr. Beast was through another YouTube channel called Colin and Samir, and they followed him on like his grand opening of his first like brick and mortar Beast Burger at the mall in Minnesota, and it was the first time like you ever saw him like vulnerable, like as a human being, right? And so I think what I'm getting at is I think his crutch is that because he's trying to make the best video all the time, if he would actually, because all of his videos are cut, like trim the fat, keep it quick, boom, boom, like get in, get out, like funny moments, haha, like this and that, right? 8-minute videos. If he were to do for example, if he did a 20-minute video with more storytelling, more like
an actual documentary,
right, about like him helping the 1,000 people or whatever, like the tree thing, whatever, right? Which I think the tree thing might have been 20, I can't remember, but I think that would help him more, like that notion of how you see him,
because you see inside his world and how he thinks,
right, and how he actually thinks, and him talking to the right people, possibly like it would show the receipts of him doing his due diligence possibly more than it does now,
right?
And so I enjoyed this conversation because, like I said, I feel like we traded ground, right? Like we both,
I mean, I also can just go on for a long time. Like I got so much more to say, but I'm like, nah, chill out, dog. I'm like my head like relax. Like, yeah, no, it's funny because I literally was looking at this. I literally like I don't even follow Mr. Beast on anything.
Right.
But like on my recommendations this morning when I was in
he's
class
always on there.
YouTube, like the video we're talking about, like was just there. And I was like, obviously, if we get so many views, it's gonna be on like everybody's recommendations. Right. But I was like, okay, I don't know this man from Adam. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever. But like, I think dialogue is always good to have about anything,
right?
Because at the end of the day, when the dialogue happens, you're going to weed out the people that actually care about something, people that don't. And the longer people talk, the more you can tell if they actually care, or if they're just playing devil's advocate in some kind of way, shape, or form, and just trying to do it for their own clout and their own kind of YouTube views to go up because they're talking about Mr. Beast. You know what I mean? It's like, or is this just a topic that kind of needs to be talked about so everybody can learn from it?
I think this was all the above.
I think it was. We had two different thought processes.
Right.
We had dialogue in it, from everybody else involved in this, in different perspectives and different thought processes, and it wasn't argumentative.
Yeah, it was
just like a conversation about ideas. And at the end of the day, it was okay. I agree with that. Okay, continue forward. Yeah, Mr. Beast ain't running my life. Shoot. Right. Unless I get some free food. Brother struggle.
Yeah, and see, and like I think one, this is why this podcast was kind of created, was one for friends to talk, but then also like to show the world like you can have discussions and not like and like have disagreements, but like talk through it and figure out like, oh, I get what you're saying, and vice versa, like,
and see how things trail off because movies.
I've never seen any of those.
If you edit the first 5 episodes we've done, I bet you can make it probably like 5-10 minute clip of me just going, haven't seen it.
So like, is this podcast gonna like inject like you to like start watching more movies? Is that what's gonna happen? Probably. Just so like you can like have some kind of say? No, it's like an attention span thing.
Maybe my whole thing is
maybe.
My whole thing is like I get intrigued with a lot of stuff, but unless I have, I guess, someone to watch with, I won't go out of my way to do
trying
it.
To get a little baby. He's trying to get a little baby.
I will not.
I need somebody to watch with.
Netflix and chill.
I don't even have Netflix.
Nowadays, especially they did the new thing.
Yeah, with
the password and
sharing crap. Well, because
I've been sharing passwords from my Netflix for years.
I remember because can't you do like a 4-person?
Yeah, you can do a family pass.
Okay,
so can you?
Yeah. It's just the fact that it costs more, so you need more people to chip in. But a lot of people are just like, okay, I got you. Just use my password because my parents are paying for it. So.
My sister's paying for it. I pay for HBO Max though, so
so you just trade off.
Absolutely. But like that, I haven't looked at my Netflix since the day before.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I haven't even I've been nervous. Because I like Netflix has a hidden gem section.
Yeah.
And I like the movies on there, but I'm just like, if I get on there and I can't do it, I'll be so sick. But it's funny, you see on Twitter in 2017, Netflix says something about like sharing passwords in like a positive way.
Right.
And people are like quote tweeting that now. I mean, like, come, what happened?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what happened. Finances.
But, yeah.
Y'all, you still getting the money. So
Well,
what's
they
the
start
problem?
cutting good shows.
They start getting good shows, but also they are spending a lot of money on content that is not necessarily worth it.
Because it's like they want to be their own kind of like studio, right?
Mm-hmm. And they're spending a lot of money on content, not necessarily worth it. And so they're trying to get back as much money because they're in debt. And they've been in debt for years now. Yeah. So it's just a financial thing. So I kind of get it. It's just like in terms of business.
The business.
Yeah, but like that. Okay, but I watch HBO Max more anyways. These days, at least.
Top tier.
Last of Us.
Sponsor us.
HBO Max sponsor? That'd be crazy. That'd be tight. Sponsor us.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I like that. Put it out there into the
Chick-fil-A.
Verse.
Sponsor us. Chick-fil-A, listen to me.
Yeah.
You listen to me good. I came up with a new drink, okay? Didn't get to talk about this yet.
It's
I was
cough
waiting for my
syrup and
No, I did not get to talk about this yet. Which camera's on me? You. Okay.
The one straight ahead of you.
Yeah, listen to me.
It's like straight ahead.
Hey, all these people.
That's funny. Which one on you? He leans over here. This is that camera right there.
I will walk up to every individual camera. Listen to me. Your Sunjoys. Slap. Bomb. Amazing. I found out probably about a month ago about a secret menu item, which is
That's hilarious. I just know what you're about to say. That's funny.
strawberry lemonades are a thing. I did not know that till someone ordered it in front of me, right? So I tried it. I'm just like, pretty good. Not bad. Cool. And then I had an idea. I was just like, bro, what if I put strawberry in your Sunjoys?
What is a Sunjoy?
What's a Sunjoy?
It's an Arnold Palmer.
What's a half lemonade, half tea?
Yes, but it's their freshly squeezed lemonade. So it's the one they do like there. And it is.
Oh, man, that sounds good.
It is good. It is
I love
good.
their tea or their lemonade's crazy.
It is so good. But when I tell you, when I found out that if you put strawberry in there, that it just changes your life, especially if the person making it knows how to actually mix a drink like a bartender, I call them strawberry sunrises. Market that. You heard it here first. I get it almost every time I go to Chick-fil-A.
You have been warned.
Sponsor me. Sponsor the show.
like it's a good thing.
Sponsor this show. We are Christian boys.
Yes.
Sponsor us.
It's closed on Sunday.
Is Phil Christian boy?
What you say?
I didn't want to assume.
I believe in God.
I thought you did. You don't want to assume nobody's religion.
We are Christian boys.
I figured.
I eat Chick-fil-A like it's nobody's business.
I
The
love
people,
Chick-fil-A.
the
Chicken
people
Sunday.
know me when I go in. They don't need to ask my name anymore. They just know it's me.
He's still going. He's still going. That's right.
He is.
He's
Strawberry Sunrise. Make it a thing.
If we're doing it,
sponsor us.
If we're doing it, Little Caesars. Hot and ready. I'm ready.
They just built one by me again. It used to be there. They closed it, and then they
following you.
No.
Hey, Mike left. We gotta get him. Where you
Well,
go?
I mean, it used to be in my area.
Right.
Then it closed.
Right.
And then, like, recently, they just opened up again.
They realized that Mike was still in the hood.
Yeah,
He's still in the neighborhood.
Listen,
Hey,
Little
when you didn't
Caesars.
have money, man, that was the place
Help
right
me
there,
out.
because that fed the whole family.
Hot and
man.
ready. It's going up in price. If it's $5, now it's like $7. Help me out.
At least,
I want some pizza.
at least tell me, Chick-fil-A.
Pepperoni.
At least tell me
he's going?
how many people we need to have subscribed to this channel for you to sponsor us.
17.
We're past that.
We're past 17. You send us an email.
It's 44 this morning.
Put an email down here. I don't care if it's mine.
It's on there.
care if
It's on there.
You don't care. Let it be mine.
No. This is mine. This is mine.
Let me get Chick-fil-A.
Okay, we've done enough.
Please.
We've done enough. All right.
Please.
Fazoli's. I'm talking to you. If you want to sponsor this podcast,
That's good.
Popeye's chicken. Hey, I love y'all chicken, man.
so we have so
Little Caesars.
HBO Max, Chick-fil-A, Little Caesars,
Stop. Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen,
Change my mind.
Crunchyroll for anime.
Crunchyroll, Popeyes, Fazoli's. If any of you listen to this, any marketers, any strategists, please, we will work with you, and we will figure this out. We have 45 subscribers and growing and counting.
It's not a sellout if we love what you're selling us.
Yeah, we got you. Okay, we'll eat it on the podcast. I promise you.
I eat Chick-fil-A almost every day already.
On the podcast.
We will eat it
every day.
I'd have a
Pretty much.
chicken sandwich right here.
Yeah.
Do you see me?
I don't think it deals with cholesterol.
Do you see me? I barely eat.
But you eat Chick-fil-A?
I absolutely do.
I have a lot of fried chicken.
It's not always fried. Cobb salad, grilled chicken.
Oh, like you do more than one thing on the menu?
But I always get me a strawberry sunrise.
Oh man,
Look dead into that camera. That's crazy. He said, looking dead. Hilarious.
I'm gonna have to try the sunrise thing, man.
Is it cost
You go there.
Is
You
it
say, I want-
expensive?
No, it's not.
Chick-fil-A a little pricey.
Hang on.
Sponsor me,
Listen to me. So, Mike, if you go to the one in Mission, okay, say that Ron sent you.
Which in Kansas.
Say Ron sent you and say you want a sundae with that strawberry. They'll look at you and go like, oh my God, because I am the only one that gets it there.
You go there that often?
Yes. This is not a game.
That's a lot. For them to know your order at a fast food restaurant,
Right.
that is a lot.
Yeah,
This ain't no local bar and grill.
Right.
This is
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. You got 9 in Overland Park by itself.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Ron. Yeah.
For real.
Sunrise? It's like 2 in the afternoon.
I'm not kidding you. You go during lunch. Say Ron told you to get the sundae with added strawberry. Then I'm like, I know who that is.
Wow, that's crazy. Hey, like that, like respect though. Like that might be the most respectable. Mr. B's, take notes. Right? Like, that might be the most respectable thing. Like that's crazy.
Right.
That's wild to have a fast food restaurant know your order.
I have a coworker that he goes to KFC every day, and I whatever he gets
Of all things, I get you for
Well, it's like KFC / Taco Bell.
He changes it up. That makes sense.
But the one about the zoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they know whatever he orders, they know it's him. They know. I don't know. They just know it's him.
That's
They just
crazy. I
know.
don't got nothing. Well, I go to Taco Bell a lot, but they don't know me.
They don't know my name.
They don't know my name. You know what I mean? Like, how do they know your name? Like, they read your card?
I've been there so many times and they always ask for the name on the order.
Oh, Chick-fil-A does do that, don't they?
So I
Taco
go
Bell
in
not
and
doing
there's
that.
like, hey, Ron, it's like, sup?
Yeah, Taco Bell not doing that.
No,
They're like,
but he go there
Beefy
every
five layer?
day though
Okay.
for lunch.
every day for lunch. But that's like the only thing around there, right? Until you go to Wendy's
it's
down the street.
it's other places, Popeyes, all that stuff he can go to. But
That's
he
why you like
just
Popeyes. That's why you said Popeyes. It's right there.
He just goes right there and gets that. So,
Okay, cool.
And then Churches is down the street, so
Love me some churches.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
We tell jokes on there, but we are serious.
About our sponsors.
Please sponsor us.
With that
It's
being,
this turned from like a bit to just straight begging.
I know, right?
Popeyes, you sponsor me, I won't go to Churches, KFC no more.
He said exclusive rights to Michael Paul the Don. He said, shit, do God. Okay, I see you, Mike. With that being said,
No more.
it's been a phenomenal, long episode.
That's an hour earlier.
We said an hour. It's been 3. It's
Has it been 3?
Probably 2.5.
Cool.
But we've had fun, real
Why did they
dialogue.
put a question mark on fun? We had fun?
Oh, no, it was a pause. It wasn't a question. Because I don't want to just breeze through it. So I was saying we had fun. We had real dialogue to show you that you can do it. You can do, you can be on opposing sides and discuss and come to common ground. Like that's what this, one of the reasons.
Except when it comes to cats. No offense, y'all, but I'm allergic. I hate them. They're peeping toms in the animal community. We'll get to that next episode.
Remember in the comments, one for.
I talk too much. I should have just let it go.
You could have ended on a high note.
I should have just let it go.
You jumped back into the trenches.
I should have just let it go.
You got out. You climbed out.
This man don't even own a cat. I'm like, man, that hurts. It's all good though. It's all good though.
It's all love, Phil.
Hey, Phil. Full circle.
Yep, we came full circle. That's the. Hang on, you like
back.
comedy? That's a whole. Yeah, you like
Call
comedy.
back,
That's the
I
first
know.
thing. Hang on, every
I
good
know.
comedian, right? They start with a joke and they end that joke at the very end. So that's all we
fine.
did. All
That's
right.
fine.
So we appreciate you, our
2.5
audience.
hours later.
Yeah. It's called the long. It's called the long con.
On the long play.
Long-
Okay,
long-
gotcha.
the long con.
play.
Remember, I'm near Nico and I go deep with all my stuff.
What the? We didn't discuss this.
Okay.
Remember how somebody need to make sure to say that, like, this is Swiss spared, like, viewer discretion advice? Yeah, that. Anyways, Philip, where can they find you?
I wasn't dumb, Mister. I want to be Joker and take over the goddamn set
it was fun,
for
wasn't
15
it?
minutes.
But it was
and
fun.
Then,
But it was fun,
and
wasn't
then
it?
you want to spot
Kind of did me dirty, but it's all good.
But no, like I said, we're glad you guys are here. If you made it this far, please hit the like, subscribe button. It helps us out. And
Little
we need it.
notification bell so you know when it posts.
Yep, please.
Me? No, Philip. Where can they find you, Philip?
Oh, cool. Instagram. You can find me on.
It doesn't matter where they can find you.
Oh my God, he pulled the rock.
You're a wrestler. I thought you liked me.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter where they can find you.
Not against me, but it's fine. 65_Phil_Bill on Instagram. You can find
You did a new one.
that is my personal one.
I know, but I'm saying, like, before it was always the
Brother
Abe film. So I'm just
My own
caught off
personal
guard.
logo too, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just caught off guard.
But then you can also find me at Brother Abe Films on Instagram as well. And then I'm gonna be setting up a YouTube page soon, an official one. Yes.
What kind of content you gonna do? Huh? What kind of content are you?
My short films.
Okay.
Some passive I've done. And then I might do music reaction videos. Haven't decided yet, but I will for sure be doing all my film content will be going up there also, and probably be under Brother Abe's films as well. And then follow the Instagram page, and you'll be aware of all the different things we have coming out. In turn, the 2023 short film coming out soon, edited by Nate here, and sound engineering by Ron over here as well. And then feature-length film coming out, comedy in April of 2023, and then some other projects on the way too. So thank you.
Awesome, big things.
Mm-hmm.
Mike.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Real Sugar Cookies. Coming soon to YouTube and Twitch. Coming soon. Game content.
How soon, Mike? See, I'm gonna put you on the spot. How soon? So
Yes.
that way the audience can know when to find you. How soon, Mike? How soon?
Give me another month.
Another month.
another month.
So March what? 15th, 14th,
It is February.
13th,
Today's the
12?
second. Today's the
11th
second.
month.
10th,
Respect.
9th,
us.
The end of
22nd?
March.
So the 30th, 28th, 27th. I need a date. No, I don't. They need a date.
March 30th.
This is very
March
Bad.
30th.
You heard it here first, folks. March 30th.
March 30th.
I'm excited.
Well, thank you.
Snaps.
Snaps.
I like that. Snaps.
Snaps. Yes. We're classy here.
Ronald, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, The Lone Rocketeer. Dots in between separated. Also, I'm on YouTube. I have music out. Record label of iDream Beats, LLC. It's a independent record label. I like to help people out with music, podcasting, videos and commercials and film. I even help edit this podcast. Nate does all the video work, and I do the audio engineering. So if you don't like the audio, that's me.
Comment down below.
But other than that, love to have you.
Awesome. You can find me at Nerdy Nako.
Can they?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Fast forward a week.
Fast forward a week.
You can find
You're
me there.
lucky this came out 2 weeks in advance.
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Nerdy Nako, where we talk all things movies and movie reactions and trailers and movie news and stuff like that, and all the fun stuff. This has been episode 5
It has been.
of the Inword Podcast. Holy crap, guys!
This will make a comeback, just like the Marvel movies. Pick your poison, will return.
Also, before we end, just one more last thing. Black History Month. Respect us, because we're better than you and we know.
Wait, whoa!
Yeah, you heard him right.
We're trying to get a sponsorship.
To the black men, black kings,
like,
give it to us.
We're kings of Leon.
You kings. Ever seen Burning Sands? Great movie.
I have not seen
No, I
that
haven't.
movie.
Oh
Yes!
oh shit! No, it's about. Sorry. It's about.
Wait, we're signing off. No,
No. This is it.
No, Burning Sands. It's about a black college. It's a black college, and basically these guys are what's it called when you join a frat? When you join a frat, like,
Rushing.
Yeah, they're rushing a frat. But it like shows you like the dark side of like rushing and like the hazing.
It's a sex thing?
No, just like the hazing about how dangerous it is, like, and like how far like they go to like kind of like emulate these practices. It's really good. But that was one of the lines. He was like, "You, kings." Like so.
You're not black enough. Fresh Prince reference.
Yeah. When
Who you tell me?
When Carlton snaps.
Who you tell me that I'm not black enough? That's crazy. That was deep. That's another great episode.
Bye.
Yeah. Abrupt.